Coming up, it's an NFC West battle as we'll see the Cardinals host the Seahawks. Arizona needs a win to split the series for the third straight year. It's the close of the regular season, and it's next on EA Sports.
EA Sports coverage of the NFL takes us to the Valley of the Sun at State Farm Stadium here in Glendale. So this was the scene a moment ago. The Cardinals emerging from their tunnel, and we are ready for football as the Cards get set to match up with Russell Wilson and the Seattle Seahawks. With Charles Davis, as always, I'm Brandon Gaudin. And Charles, you talked about storylines in this one. I think it begins and ends with our two quarterbacks, certainly two of the best in the business.
And nowadays, I don't think you can get by for long periods of time without a top-flight quarterback. The way the game is played, with all the responsibility he has and how the game flows through him, if he's not on the top of his game, your team's not going to benefit at all.
Now the big leg of Matt Prater ready to get this one started. And this one is underway here on EA Sports. And here comes a return from just beyond the goal line. And that decision to bring it out ends up not being a good one. Costs him about 5 yards as he's tackled at the 20. Here come the Seahawks. Time for that offense and quarterback Russell Wilson to go to work.
And he's had a great season so far throwing the football. Very likely could go over 4,000 yards with a good performance here. And even in an age of passing first, that is no small accomplishment.
On 1st and 10, it's Wilson. And he fends him off, but he can't get away forever, and down he goes. They dial up the corner blitz that time, and it delivers to the tune of a 9-yard loss.
It may be a cliche, but it is something that holds up over time, doesn't it? If you're the visitors, you don't want to let the crowd in the game early.
Yeah, and that's exactly what they did there. But you said also this defense, they're going to give them a lot of looks like we just saw there, aren't they?
They certainly are. They're a proud unit, and they're going to ride the momentum of this crowd with them, and that's why they got after them early.
And they need to work to at least get some of this yardage back after the sack. 2nd and 19. That's taken in by Eskridge, complete. And he's able to get this one all the way past the 30.
Personal foul, roughing the captain, defense.
Well, this crowd does not like that call.
Understandable reaction from them. That's their team that the penalty is going against. But you and I both know they're going to take care of the quarterback.
He lets it fly for Lockett. And this ball incomplete. Looked very much to be a catchable ball. He could not hang on. 2nd down coming up. To throw again on 2nd down. Wilson. That's caught by his tight end, Gerald Everett. And he's able to take it across midfield before going out of bounds. They get 6. That'll leave them with 3rd and 4. And the catch is made here by Tyler Lockett. And he is going to have a Seahawks 1st down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion.
I don't care how many times we say it, I still get a kick out of watching quarterbacks and receivers do the pass tree in pregame warm-up. But I always remember that when we go to practices, we see that after practices as well. They really tune it up, don't they?
They tune it up. They know why they do it for these situations. 1st down.
And they build that trust, and that's why they're able to find him in this type of a situation.
So from the 36 now, 1st and 10. This is the Oklahoma State alum, Chris Carson. Nothing doing. Barely able to muster a yard to hit the 35. Here's 2nd and 9, just a yard on that last run. Now a give, right side. Carson, 2 runs in a row, but only 2 yards to show for it. Got to get to the 26 for a 1st. This is 3rd down. From the shotgun, Wilson. A pass underneath for Carson. And they're going to mark him down short, maybe by about a yard, if that. That's good. The completion there for 7 yards. And it'll be 4th down. And they're getting him involved early.
You feel like they saw something on tape, or they just have a sense with him because he's had a good week of practice or something in that area that they want him involved. Just as you said, they want him to touch it either in the running game or the passing game, but they must like the matchups they're getting.
4th down. Here's Wilson. And it's incomplete. They cannot convert, and they turn it over. Here come the Cardinals, and it is Kyler Murray from Oklahoma who leads them out.
And while he won't admit it because his team lost the game, he had some fun in the last one.
He threw for over 400 yards.
I mean, there's no getting around it. As a QB, yeah, okay. We lost the game, but boy, that felt good flinging it around. Now he's got to figure out how to do the exact same thing, yet turn it into a win.
Now the first carry for Chase Edmonds. And not a whole lot doing there as he'll get it up to about the 28-yard line. Making the stop that time, Bobby Wagner. 2nd and 9. Now Murray. Buying time to his left. And he will slide to a stop. He does have the first down. On 1st and 10, here's Murray. The catch made by DeAndre Hopkins. And he'll be taken down, but not before he gets into enemy territory. Murray now on 1st down. They'll go out to the flat for Edmonds. It'll be a gain of 5, and it'll be 2nd down. Counting down toward the midway point in quarter 1. To throw again on 2nd down. Murray. And the Seahawks defense gets to him, and they bring him down. Jordan Brooks just would not be denied. That's a loss of 7.
It seemed like he kept going through those progressions, and I thought he might dump that underneath, but he couldn't get rid of the football in time.
And I have to wonder if he was thinking while he was back there, I wish there were a lot less progressions on this play, just someone that I can dump the ball to and get it out of my hands.
Well, that last sack puts Murray and the Cards in a tough spot. 3rd and long. To throw is Murray.
Murray has it knocked loose. Fumble.
And the Seahawks have picked it up. And they will set up shop in enemy territory at the 42-yard line.
Well, that's a down and distance coaches always talk about trying to avoid, isn't it? I mean, that's 3rd and long. And you just know they're pinning their ears back and coming after him. Sometimes even with extra pressure.
And he knew that. I mean, he knew they were coming. He just fumbled it.
Yeah, he knew it. The offensive line knew it. Everyone did, yet the pressure was still there, and he ended up coughing it up.
Seattle's offense coming back onto the field, ready for their 2nd drive. And this offense last time turned it over, went for it on 4th, didn't get it. They're lucky, though, because no points against the team on the board, but we'll see how they respond.
Yeah, they've got to get a lot of credit to their defensive teammates, don't they? They had their backs on that last series, and because they did so, that allows the coach to still stay aggressive on offense and maybe go for it again in a similar situation.
I was going to say maybe makes that offense feel good, but when you know you've got a defense making stands like that.
Yeah, that'll loosen up things a little bit, won't it? Maybe you'll play a little bit better the next time you have the ball.
The Cards going nickel. An extra defensive back out there now on 3rd down. It's a jet sweep. Wilson with a little pop pass. Well, they hit him in the backfield, and he will not escape. And that is not going to get it done.
Well, they tried to catch him by surprise, I think, there with that little pop pass on 3rd down, but no luck.
You're right about no luck, but I did like the idea. I like the thought process. Make an unconventional call on 3rd down sometimes. It can pop big. In this case, it didn't.
Now, remember, they were unsuccessful earlier in this first quarter. Going for it on 4th. They're going to try a 2nd time. And he won't get there. They stop him a few yards short of the line to gain. Pete Carroll rolled the dice, but it didn't work out. And the Cardinal defense is going to get the football back. So they've gone for it twice now on 4th down in this game, and both times unsuccessful.
I wish we could hear the headsets now between the head coach and the offensive coordinator. Now that they're 0 for 2, If they get into a third situation, head coach might say, hey, you got anything for this one? Might get radio silence back.
From the 35 on second down, Murray dancing to his left. And he'll slide to a halt here, still a little shy of the first down marker. From the gun, Murray. This one grabbed by A.J. Green. And he's going to have a Cardinals first down as they're able to get the third down conversion.
And Brandon, from our time in college football, where receivers weren't running the traditional NFL route tree, one thing they did learn, find open areas, find soft spots, and set up and catch the ball. And I think we just saw that there.
Yeah, we saw that indeed, picking up the first. And they'll get him down as he's inside the 40. So from the 39 now, they'll come up on a 1st and 10. Play fake. Murray finds his running back, James Conner. And he's going to get this inside the 30.
And they'll use him out in the backfield, and sometimes quite a bit. They're just trying to get him touches any way they can. 4 catches a week ago. There's another one right there.
First down, Murray. Under pressure, and down he goes. They sack him back at the 36.
That's how we do it, baby.
Alton Robinson picks up his 2nd sack of the afternoon. We're scoreless after 1. Back in Arizona, 2nd quarter action. It's the Cardinals in possession. Sacks, a growing theme in this first half. This is 2nd and long. To try again after the sack. Murray. Under pressure again, and down he goes again. Alton Robinson able to disrupt yet another pass play. That is his 3rd sack of the afternoon.
Okay, let's go back a little bit and see if my schooling comes to the front. What's that old saying? Those who forget the lessons of history are doomed to repeat them. That's the same guy who's gotten back-to-back sacks. I think a double team may be in order.
Well, that last sack puts Murray and the Cards in a tough spot. 3rd and long. Shotgun now from Murray. Being chased out left. And he'll protect himself at the end here as he winds up getting pretty decent yardage. And that is no good. And this will remain a scoreless game.
Everything looked good. Good snap, good hold. Sometimes, though, the ball just doesn't want to go where you want it. And this one winds up no good.
Seattle again getting ready to take over offensively. And last time they were very fortunate, this offense. They went for it on 4, turned it over in their own territory, but the other guys held up. They didn't give up any points.
So how about the guy with the #1 headset on the sidelines, the head coach? That was planned going into it, not necessarily to not get the first down or to have the defense have to hold.
He trusted his defense.
Trusted his defense very much, and I think that's how he's going to play this game. Go for it, be aggressive, because I've got the wild bunch backing me up over here on my own sideline.
Now we'll see what his offense can do. And he'll get it across midfield and down into Cardinal territory. 5 yards, now it's 3rd and 5. Wilson. It's caught, Lockett. And he's got this down to the 35.
Play to win. Let it go.
Would it be safe to say that as precise as routes are supposed to be run in the NFL, maybe they're not quite as precise in college ball?
That's accurate, yes.
And I think we saw a college route in the NFL there. Just find the soft spot, find the dead zone, and find the first down. And that's what he just did.
Ball up to the 35 now as they come up on 1st and 10. Wilson. He lets it fly for Lockett. And this is caught. And they are able to stop him, but he does take it all the way to the 2. A big play that time through the air. 33 yards.
When they've needed a play this year, he's certainly been the guy to deliver it. As this season has gone on, he's been awfully consistent and sometimes spectacular.
From the 2, here's 1st and goal. Carson. And he is in for the Seattle touchdown. Chris Carson with his 16th touchdown of the year, as his guys are first onto the scoreboard here this afternoon. So the toss play effective, even down here near the goal line.
Yeah, and you're hoping the defense commits too many men to stop the run in the middle of the field and that your blockers can gain a little bit of an advantage. And when they do, foot race to the pylon, and this time, he had the speed to win that race.
Jason Myers now for the extra point. And this will give the Seahawks a 7-0 lead. 5 plays there on that drive. And it was all capped off by the Chris Carson touchdown run. Set now to kick this one away, and off it goes.
On the return, Rondale Moore will bring it out. And the decision to come out of the end zone is going to cost him 5 yards as he's taken down right at the 20. Kyler Murray going to lead the Cardinals back out on offense.
He's playing pretty well. I don't think it's necessarily him changing up something he's doing, but that O-line, they've got to protect him better.
They do. They've got to make sure that they give him more than enough time in order to find targets downfield. And sometimes what happens when these things are going on is that the field general will step up and say, hey, that's on me, guys. I didn't get rid of it fast enough. Anything to try and relax them a little bit and take some pressure off, because they do know that they are trying.
Yeah, well, we've seen the 4 sacks so far in this contest.
Well, speed is definitely a calling card if you play cornerback in this league, and he does a terrific job there of hustling in quickly to make the play.
And that is a situation where in a defender's mind, you just have to pick a point on the football field and think to yourself, I'm going to sprint full out and meet him at that point. Sometimes it works, sometimes it doesn't, but he had the play diagnosed perfectly there.
And the final number here in terms of the top speed that he hit, absolutely absurd. Next Gen Stats has him at better than 23 miles an hour on that one.
Throwing on 1st down, but this one winds up to be incomplete. After the incomplete pass, here now is 2nd and 10. Out of the gun, here's Murray. He'll dump this one off to Connor. They do get a couple, but they'll be left staring at a 3rd and 8 coming up.
And we see another pitch and catch there to the running back. This position just continues to evolve. They become just as critical to the passing attack as a lot of receivers, tight ends, because their ability to make people miss in the open field can really generate big plays for an offense.
Yeah, this pass broken up. Excellent coverage there on 3rd down, as that was not an easy one to hold on to.
Now on 4th down, on is the punt team sending this one away. A 41-yard punt there with no return. And it'll be Seahawk football, 1st and 10. The Seattle now ready to march out of the field. And for them, a touchdown their last go-around. Obviously, they'll be hoping to do that again.
And when you start plotting for this drive, when you start thinking to yourself, okay, what are we going to do? You don't go away from what you did before because that worked, but you have to be prepared for wrinkles and counters because you know they'll make some adjustments.
Throwing now, Wilson on 1st down. Throw right side is into the hands of his tight end, Everett. And they'll get 8 out of this before being stopped at the 28.
Nice rhythm throw there on 1st down. He located his tight end, made a nice easy pitch and catch.
Hoping he can break a tackle or two. Wasn't able to do that there, but still good yardage.
Line of scrimmage, the 28 now as they come up on second and a couple. Now a give, right side. It's Carson, and he stopped immediately there. The Seahawks on third down. They've hit 2 for 4 thus far. They're up against a 3rd and 1 situation. Now it's Wilson. Pressure comes, and the Cardinals bring him down. Jordan Phillips coming in to drop him for a loss of 8, and it also brings up 4th. And Charles, they only needed a yard there. They try to pass the football. What do you think?
Well, I can't really go all out and kill them for the call because that 3rd and 1 fake and throw it over the top for a big play, that often does work. But in this situation, the pressure got to him.
On 4th down, ready to punt, Michael Dixon. He was only asked to punt once in the victory last week as he sends this one away. We'll call that a 49-yard punt with a return of just 2. And the Cards will take over 1st and 10.
Arizona's offense back out and ready to go.
You know, in our research packet this week, prepping for the game, so many articles from the local beat writer about the offensive struggles of this team and what will they do this offseason. What do you think they'll do?
Well, number one, they'll turn to their self-scouting report. And every team that's any good does this. They have outside groups, check out their team, scout them, and tell you who can play, who can't play, and reasons why. Some of it may just be health. They have to get some guys healthy and back out on the field. But overall, evaluate this squad and make the changes that you need to.
They fake the handoff. Now Murray.
Flush to his right. And he slides and covers up at the end as he's going to be able to pick up decent yardage. They'll get 5 out of the scramble. It's 2nd down.
So, Charles, we have reached the end here of a long season, Week 18, which we don't say very often, although this is not the first Week 18 that the NFL has ever seen.
Not at all, and Brandon, some of the people might be a little bit too young to remember, but back in 1993, the league experimented with giving teams 2 open weeks for the year, and we also saw Week 18 when the league was on pause for a few weeks in 2001 following the attacks on September 11th.
They'll run on 1st down, Edmonds. Now after the running play, we've got a man down on the field. And this is certainly not what you want to see in the final week of the year. We'll be back.
Second and 5.
Omaha. Coach. Omaha.
Edmonds going to get the handoff here on the option.
And this time not quite to the 30. It'll be down at the 31-yard line.
That's a good, nice, crisp run for a 1st down. I wonder if the defense might have been loosened up a little bit, maybe anticipating a pass instead of the run that they got.
Line of scrimmage, the 31 now on 1st and 10. Murray now to throw. And complete to Zach Ertz. A good pickup there. 8 yards on the 1st down completion.
2 minutes on the clock, 2nd quarter, 7-0 ball game.
Coming up at halftime, I'll go from one personality, that's you, Charles Davis, to another one in Orlando, the coach. He'll have stats and scores from around the NFL. You and Jonathan Coachman both larger than life.
No doubt about it.
But you're stuck with me in this booth, and he's miles away and smiling.
And happy.
Great mix of play calling so far. 3 runs, 3 passes. All 3 passes have been completions. 1st and goal.
I think on defense now, you have to almost take a chance. Rely on your scouting. Pick a play you think they would run here and just load up for it and see what happens.
A chance now to get even before the break as they come up 1st and goal. They'll try to run with Edmonds. And he is in for 6. Touchdown, Cardinals. Chase Edmonds, his 5th touchdown now on the year. And the Cardinals Cardinals are just an extra point away from tying this game.
Well, nothing fancy there, Charles. You had 3 tight ends on the field. They were going to run the football. The defense knew it, but the defense couldn't stop it.
And I haven't met an offensive line yet that doesn't get more satisfaction out of running the football into the end zone than pass protecting. They had determination on their side, and they got it done.
Now Matt Prater for the point after. It's up and good, and we're tied at 7 here in quarter number 2. So this drive spans 7 plays.
And it was capped off by the Chase Edmonds touchdown run.
So all even at 7 now as they kick it away.
Taking it about the 1. And he'll take it a yard or so past the 20, call it the 21.
The Seahawks offense now, they get ready to come back onto the field. Tie ball game, still a little more than a minute to go in the half. The question, can they put something together here, try to take that lead into intermission?
I would have to think that would be the goal for sure. I don't think you sit on anything here. Here's your opportunity. Push it downfield. As you mentioned, it's a tie game. So minus a disaster on your part, you've got that in your back pocket. Go ahead and try and get some points and feel great going into the half.
That catch good for only a couple.
These two teams, they met up in Seattle earlier in the year with the Seahawks coming away victorious. So a win here in Arizona would give them the season sweep. Ball at the 23, 2nd and 8.
Out of the gun, here's Wilson. Here's Carson with a catch out of the backfield. It'll go as a gain of 4, and they're going to have a 3rd down. Final play of the half, it's Wilson. He lets it fly for Lockett. And got his man complete. And he's going to get this deep onto Arizona's side of the field. So a touchdown apiece. That's what we have to show at halftime as they head to the locker room. 7-7 our score. As now we send you out to Orlando and hook back up with Jonathan Coachman for our EA Sports Halftime Report.
Okay, Brandon, thanks very much. Welcome in, everyone, to our EA Sports Halftime Report. Let's get you caught up on what's going on around the NFL. Next, we head off to check out another game. And you can see they are scoreless as they play the second quarter. Lastly, let's check on one final game for you. And you can see they are scoreless as they play the second quarter. Continuing on, here's a look at the next-gen stats in that first half, and they were able to have some success throwing the football against the secondary. Look for that to continue as they try to break this deadlock. Meanwhile, for the Cardinals, they were on the other end of the spectrum in terms of passing efficiency. That's going to need to improve in the second half to come.
Okay, Coach, thanks as always. This one's still anyone's game as we welcome you back for quarter number 3.
More now on the return.
And his guys will get the football right at the 20-yard line.
So here's the Cardinals offense now as they get set to start this third quarter.
It's a tie football game here. What do you think, Charles, the message was at halftime?
Well, I think that they probably just looked at things and said, we're fortunate that this is a tie game. No need to panic, no need to change a whole lot. We didn't play anything close to our best in the first half, so we don't have...
Pressure comes. He's taken down by the Seahawk defense. L.J. Collier. It'll go as a loss of about 8 as he gets in there to drop him.
He was still looking through his progressions and going through his receiver options, and while he was doing that, the defense got to him quickly in the pocket.
And it was a great example of zone coverage. Well executed, well coordinated. All the receivers were covered, and he couldn't evade the rush back in the pocket.
Well behind the sticks here with a 2nd and 18.
Another try after the first down sack. Murray, and he whips that one incomplete there. An incomplete pass on that last play, and that means they'll need to come up with something here on 3rd down. Throwing now is Murray.
And this is Ertz with it, right side. And he's out right at the 25. It'll be a pickup of 13, but it'll still lead to a 4th down.
It's so important to tackle well against these guys, but you and I both know that's easier said than done when the guy you're trying to tackle looks like this guy.
And it's usually going to take more than one man to get him down, and it did right there. Here's Andy Lee now as he's on to punt for Arizona. 44 on his first punt, and this is a good kick as well. So a change of possession here on the punt, and out will come the offense as they take over. Now we'll see what this Seahawks offense has in store with their first possession of the second half. We have not seen much on offense here from either side these last few drives. We've hit a wall, so to speak.
And have hit it hard, haven't we? Because the defenses right now, they seem to be a step ahead, don't they? Beating them to the point of attack, beating them to the punch. These offensive guys, they're tinkering like crazy. What's it going to take to get back on track?
Yeah, both sides searching for adjustments. Now a give, right side. It's Carson. And this play a lot like the previous one, thanks to that stout Cardinal defense. Back-to-back, they've been tackled behind the line. Now Wilson. That's complete to DK Metcalf. And he's going to be out of bounds right at midfield. So now we have Jackson slow to get back on his feet. Appears to be shaken up. And this is certainly not what you want to see in the final week of the year. We'll be back. From midfield now, here's Wilson. This complete to Lockett. And they'll get him down as he's inside the 40. So here's a 1st and 10 at the 38. Now Wilson. And his throw's going to be incomplete. So after the incompletion on 1st, now 2nd and 10. Now it's Wilson. They'll run the screen with Carson. And he'll go down here at the 35-yard line. So 3rd down. They need to get to the 28 for a 1st. Again, Wilson. Left side complete to Lockett. And he is out of bounds inside the 30. On 1st and 10, it's Wilson. He'll spot Eskridge open left side. They get him to the ground right on the cusp of the red zone after a pickup of 5 or 6. On the option, a handoff to Carson. And he'll get him inside the 15 down to the 14-yard line. Here's a 1st and 10 at the 14-yard line. Now Wilson. And this a quick slant to Lockett. This will be stopped about 2 yards shy of the marker. 8-yard gain, 2nd and 2. Here's Carson. And he'll be brought down right on the edge of the goal line at about the 1-yard line. And they struggled to get him rolling on the ground in the first half, and that's sort of continuing here in the 3rd quarter.
Yeah, but I don't think it's time to abandon the running game. I would say keep feeding the horse, and I believe he'll eventually reward them, especially as we get deeper in the game.
And he pushes forward, but comes up short of the goal line as he'll get a yard down to about the 1. 2nd and goal from the 1. They'll try to run with Carson. And he is met at the line of scrimmage, and he goes down right there. Now a 3rd and goal situation as this Arizona defense tries to stand tall once. And he will score. Touchdown, Seattle. Chris Carson, his 2nd touchdown of the afternoon. And the Seahawks have taken the lead. that being their best drive of the game so far as they use the running game to get them into the end zone.
Couldn't agree more, partner. Prior to that drive, they sputtered a little bit, but it looks like they found the formula. I would expect them to go back to that more and more as this game develops.
Now Myers for the extra point. And he's got it. It's now a 14-7 ball game. That one was an extended drive, 14 plays all told. And it was all capped off by the Chris Carson touchdown run. Out is the kickoff unit as they run up and send this one away. From a yard or two deep, here comes a return. And in hindsight, probably should have taken a knee as he only gets this out to the 16-yard line. The football back in the hands of the Arizona Cardinals. They trail a one-score deficit, 14-7, as they come up 1st and 10. Oh, fancy running by Murray. And this will leave him a yard short. Nice pickup of 9 yards on 1st down. Again, Murray will keep it. And they'll bring him down at the 27-yard line. On 1st and 10, here's Murray. And this will be swung out here for counter. And he'll be out of bounds across the 30-yard line. They'll contain him to just 4. 2nd down. From the gun, Murray. That's out to the flat for Edmonds. And he'll bring it up here to right at the 40-yard line. A couple of 1st downs have him to the 40 now on 1st and 10. Shotgun now for Murray. Looking left side, and he's got a man. That's Hopkins. Again, they'll throw with Murray. And completes it to Kirk over the middle. Under a minute to go in this 3rd quarter as they come up 1st and 10.
The goal for any offense versus his own defense, find the holes where guys are available and put the ball on the receiver before any defender can step up and fill it.
They did it well there. Perfectly executed crossing route.
And this has been a nice answer to the touchdown drive against them a few minutes ago because they've come out and reestablished the tempo. A nice throw there, and they're putting together a very strong drive as a response.
Line of scrimmage, the 31 now on 1st and 10. Here's Murray as he sets to throw it. This is caught. It's Kirk. And they'll have it in the red zone before he crosses over out of bounds. 1 quarter remains here as the regular season starts to wind down. This is the National Football League on EA Sports. Welcome back to the desert. We're in Glendale. The drive continues as they search for a tying touchdown. Here's 1st and 10. It's Cardinal football, but they trail here as we get set to bring you the 4th and final quarter. And he'll be stopped after a gain of only a couple down to the 15-yard line.
Defensively, we always know that he is tough in run support, and I think the way that he gets there is he understands what an offense is going to do before the ball's even snapped. A great job of scouting prior to the game, then reading, reacting, and taking the right path to the ball carrier.
2nd down and another run with Edmonds. He takes us down to about the 12 for a gain of 3. The Cardinals on 3rd down, just 1 for 5 to this point. This is 3rd and 4. Now Murray. Toward the end zone, but that's going to wind up incomplete. 1 score down, here we go. They're going to go for it here on 4th down. Now Murray's got to have this one. Open man Green, he's got it. Touchdown Arizona. A.J. Green hitting double digits with his 10th touchdown of the season. And the Cardinals are an extra point away from tying this game here in the fourth. We are set up for a fantastic finish now. A fourth-quarter touchdown here. We're an extra point away from a tied football game.
And I know they're thinking about possibly going for two, but I'd go ahead and kick this one and just get it back to level.
Prater on to add the extra point. And no sweat, he puts it through, and we are tied here in the fourth. So that drive, 12 plays in length, and it winds up in a touchdown for Arizona. This one tied at 14 now as he sends this one away. The return man down to a knee, and this will come out to the 25-yard line. Tyler Lockett trotting onto the field, getting set for this next drive. So glancing at these numbers, I think they tell a story of, hey, early on, he got hot, he got their attention. They've been able to hone in on him, shut him down a bit.
He certainly did get their attention, and that's the ultimate compliment for a player, that when you come out in the second half, all of a sudden there's extra guys around you, there are different coverages rolled your way. That means you've done something really well. Now it's up to him to make his own adjustment and find a way to beat the new defenses he's facing.
On second down now, it's Carson, and he'll be taken down right around the 34 after a pickup of only a yard. The Seahawks on third down. 6 conversions and 9 tries. They've done a great job of picking these up. They need just a yard here. It's 3rd and 1. Out to the right, he gets it to Lockett. And he is going to have a Seahawks first down as they're able to convert by plenty there on 3rd and 1.
This has to go down as one of the simpler routes in the playbook, but oh so effective. Nice completion there. Keeps the sticks moving.
On first down, Wilson. A quick target here, complete to Metcalf. 7 yards, the pickup there. Wilson after the play fake to Carson. His throw incomplete. So the incomplete pass on the last play, and that leads us to a 3rd and 3. Now a give, right side. Carson, and he has the first down yardage before they bring him down right at the 45.
Brandon, this can be so demoralizing for a defense. They've had 2 opportunities to get off the field. They haven't gotten it done. So now your coordinator, he's going to call every blitz that he has, any type of exotic, something that they haven't seen before. And he's also telling the defensive lineman, don't worry about holding people up. Just get in gaps and try and make a big play.
And not only not getting off the field on 2 opportunities, clock continuing to run. So into Cardinal territory now. It's 1st and 10 at the 45-yard line. They run it with Carson. And he's corralled, but not before getting it inside the 35. 42 yards rushing for him now with a couple of touchdown runs to boot. What makes a draw play like that successful?
Well, we did see where he made the first wave miss, and that was a big part of it. But a lot of it is just being actors back there, making the defense think it's going to be a pass.
So they'll come up 1st and 10 now from the 33. Now it's Carson, and he'll lose yardage on the play back at the 37-yard line. Guess who? J.J. Watt, as he so often does, getting in there to wreak havoc.
I think it's pretty evident. We can say what a difference a week makes. Last week, He ran pretty much wild, didn't he? Did pretty much what he wanted to do. But this one, they've stopped him cold. That, to me, that's good scouting and even better execution.
Yeah, and they stopped him behind the line right there. They obviously watched the tape a few times and made some adjustments. Now on 2nd and 13. Wilson, it's caught. Lockett. That catch good for 5. It's 3rd down. From the gun, it's Wilson. And that's going to be caught. Dwayne Eskridge. And he will be very close to a 1st down, but I see the closed fist of the referee, and that means 4th down. So the completion results there in 9 yards, and that's going to make it 4th down.
Then we got to give a little tip of the cap for the defense there. Zone coverage, locked it in tight, made it really difficult because they tried the crossing route against it, and it worked for a completion, but you have to know where the sticks are on 3rd down. Didn't get beyond them, no pickup.
So now one of the biggest kicks of the night is forthcoming. This to break our 4th quarter tie. Myers' kick is good. And they take a 17-14 lead. So he waited on the sideline for his first chance in the ball game, and it didn't come until the 4th quarter, but he connects there. A big one to give him the lead.
Boy, you talk about coming in cold. I don't care how many times you kick it into a net. You're not really ready when you go out there and all that beef is coming at you trying to block the kick. Big spot, and he delivers.
And good coverage there on special teams as they'll get him down shy of the 20. Arizona getting ready to go as they take the field. And now they find themselves trailing following the field goal. Still a good amount of time in this 4th quarter, but this drive very well could determine the outcome of this ball game. Murray and the Cardinals with a 1st and 10 at their own 19-yard line. Throwing to start the drive. Murray. And that's complete. It's Green here. And he'll be taken down, but not before he gets this football out shy of the 30 to the 29. Out of the gun, here's Murray. He'll swing that out to Edmonds. And he'll get it up to the 33-yard line. They'll contain him to just 4. 2nd down. Here's Murray. Able to get away. And now look at this. Big gain, but a fumble. And the Seahawks have picked it up. And his crew will take over at their own 45-yard line. These defenses have become so opportunistic, and no matter what you're playing, in this case wide receiver, you got to be careful.
You certainly do, because there is a phrase in today's football that we use all the time: completing the process of the catch. Well, it's after you do that where the trouble begins, right? Meaning you've tucked it away, you're trying to get downfield, but someone's always coming up trying to rake at the ball and knock it free.
And now before the ball changes hands, they're going to take a look at this just to make sure that they have it right. Now the question, was the knee in fact down before this ball comes loose? And is the video convincing enough to overturn it?
A lot of factors here. Remember, you also need clear possession of the football afterwards. This is a tough one to overturn.
So that challenge, a successful one. And now the throw hauled in by Green. And he gets this one inside the 15, just a yard or 2 shy of the 10.
And here we are in the 4th quarter, partner, and to watch them drive for what would be a go-ahead touchdown. And you and I both know this is where you need a quarterback who can keep his cool back there. Not just for himself, but to keep the rest of the team relaxed too.
Three points separating these two sides with 2 minutes left to go in the 4th.
Come on, fellas.
So the Cardinals, they've got the football here as we get you reset. They come up on a 1st and 10, desperately needing a score here on what could be their final drive. Looking to find a lane, but he can't. Reined in at the line of scrimmage.
Back to throw. Murray. Incomplete, but a penalty flag is down in the backfield. Let's get the call. Now after the holding call, here's 2nd and 20. Well, there have been a ton of sacks. They were just trying to prevent another.
So what you're telling me is the conventional way has not really worked for them, huh?
Not at all.
Not at all. So he tries to grab him here, and they still get caught.
And this turns into a nice gain with a slide at the end. They'll get to the line here, but remember, it's also 3rd down. He's got his man. It's caught in the end zone. Touchdown, Arizona. Zach Ertz, his 2nd touchdown on the season. And the Cardinals have retaken the lead.
And touchdown, and congratulations, and 0 relaxation ahead of them, right? Way too much time on the clock for them to start celebrating.
Yeah, part 1 is done, but now on the sideline, you already see them scrambling down there. They're getting those defensive guys ready.
Yes, you have to get those guys ready, and you also have to talk to your special teams guys. Make sure the kickoff is exactly what you want and cover it well.
Prater for the extra point, and that will make this a 4-point game. After the touchdown, out is Prater to kick. And this will not be returned. It'll come out to the 25. So Wilson and the Seahawks down 21-17. A minute 14 to go. And their 4-game winning streak in great danger. Wilson to throw. And that's off the mark, incomplete. Here's 2nd and 10. Now Wilson. That's complete to Eskridge. And he's going to get a good gain of 9 here, up to the 34. Now the Seahawks going to use the first of their timeouts, as the clock will stop with 1:06 left to go in the game. That's into the hands of his tight end, Will Dissly. And getting this just shy of midfield, they'll spot it at the 49. Throwing now is Wilson. That's complete to Dissly, the tight end. And they get to him after a gain of 6 to the 46. Now the Seahawks call the 2nd of their 3 timeouts, as they'll stop him with a little over 30 ticks to go in the football game. Here's Wilson. That's complete to the tight end, Everett. So from the 36 now, 1st and 10. Now the Seahawks forced to use their 3rd and final timeout, as the clock will stop with an even 20 seconds left to go. Back to throw. He lets this one fly toward the back of the end zone. And this one almost intercepted. Had a chance to come down with it in the end zone, but could not hang on. They took their shot for the end zone, almost cost him.
And he made the right play there, knocking it away. But, boy, it looked like he had a chance to come down with the football. If he does that, this thing is over. Instead, he leaves him out there with another chance.
And that's incomplete. Clock stops with 10 seconds left. An important play right here, 3rd and 10.
And I would expect pressure here.
He's back to throw. Open man is Eskridge. That's complete. And he is going to have a Seahawks 1st down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion. Well, Charles, they were close in the end, but they couldn't get that last play, that last little miracle play done. They were within striking distance, but couldn't find a way to score.
They definitely had hope. They definitely had opportunity. Just unable to cash in at the end. Not an easy play by any stretch, but they definitely had a chance.
So for the Cards, they'll finish a game below 500 at 8-9 on the year. And by just about all accounts, not the type of year they were hoping to have. Meanwhile, for Seattle, the loss means they finish with a mark of 10 wins and 7 losses.